Hello friends, thank you for joining us. My name is Mark and this is the O2 Drop. This is everyone's favourite Made for Adults VGC podcast, coming to you from Perth, home of some of the best VGC players that the world has to offer, and also us four. I'm joined by Dan.
The fuck, bro?
Ethan.
Who else could you possibly be referring to?
Kieran Singh, Alistair Sandover.
That's two people.
Peter Vowles. I said some of, I didn't give a number. And one of the other best VGC players in the world, recently returned from Japan, it's Chris Ma.
The A team is back, baby! Woo! Yeah, we fired the B team and also Joel. So,
Joel's part of the B team.
yeah, so just the A team tonight.
Exactly. And it's so good to have you all here, especially you, Chris. How was your trip?
Fuck me. I'm actually kind of, you know when you get to that part of a holiday where you're kind of like, okay, I'm ready to go home now. Like I'm over being a tourist. I'm tired. I'm sick. I'm fatigued. I don't want to.
The end of the holiday.
I'm sick and tired of wearing the same 5 outfits, and you just
I need to wash them.
I want like good night sleep in my own bed.
Miss
I want to have like
cats.
don't get me started. I miss my cats a lot. I miss Andrew a bit to a lesser extent. But I spent the day with him today, so it was nice. Can I talk about this? I was so like sexually deprived from 3 weeks in overseas. Like I specifically requested sexy times as soon as you got to my house. It lasted like 2 seconds.
Hell yeah.
I was like, I literally didn't even get to like it was that quick. He fucking enjoyed it so much. So I was like, okay, well, if you're happy.
Yeah, well played, Andrew, I guess.
I would have felt accomplished.
More.
Yeah, we will go into depth. Much like Chris never got the chance to do.
Oh, that's fair. It's true. He's lactose intolerant, and he told me that nothing was going to happen.
You provided him with so much cream.
Yeah. He said nothing was going to happen because I had cheesecake last night. I was like, well, fuck you. You haven't seen me in weeks. And then you're like, I'm seeing Chris tomorrow. I know what I'll do. I'll eat a whole fucking cheesecake.
You had a whole cheesecake.
Well, I'm exaggerating.
Okay, because I was like, I'm not even lactose intolerant, but that would still do a number on me.
I could finish a cheesecake.
Yeah, I fucking could smash one.
Oh, I absolutely could, but I would just have a bad
time.
12 hours afterwards, yeah.
So, Pokemon.
Yeah, so what have we got to talk about this week? The Monterrey regionals happened over the Easter weekend.
Yes.
Guys, by the way, I got feedback before we go into Monterrey.
Sure.
Sevilla, if you're, Spanish.
Okay.
You guys were talking about it a few weeks ago, and Diego Ferreira, a friend of the show, messaged me and told me to tell you guys that you're all fools. Because apparently you guys didn't know where Seville was. You were thinking it was like in some other random country like Portugal or France or something. It is.
I wasn't on that episode. It's in Spain.
Bottom left of Spain, like the Perth of Spain. It's beautiful. They filmed Game of Thrones and stuff there. It's gorgeous.
The shit part of Spain.
I love Seville. I got a lot of inspiration for my decor in Seville. Yeah, I went and bought like a kumquat tree and put it in this big fuck off blue pot to make it look all those like Mediterranean vibes in my courtyard. Like the little orange fruit, because they have like dwarf orange trees lining the streets.
Yeah, nice. Okay.
And like they're famous for their Seville oranges. You can't eat them though, so they just send them off to England and they make marmalade.
And they're famous for their hairdressers as well, from what I've heard.
Yeah, sorry, Monterrey. Yeah.
Yes. I think we need to get our shit together in terms of the geography on this show.
Okay, where's Monterrey?
I don't know. Does anyone know?
It's in Mexico.
Okay, thank you.
Is it actually?
Yes.
Okay.
Cool.
It was a LATAM event and the finals was 2 Americans.
Was it 60 people again?
Don't know how many people. 26 apparently.
223. And Riley Factura, American citizen, won.
Correct. Versus Carson Confetti, Comfey, whatever you want to call him.
Carson Cresley? Does he play VGC?
May as well.
Yeah.
Showing everyone his queer eye.
That'll get you banned from an event.
I wouldn't ban him for it. I'd encourage it.
This is why you're not in charge.
This is why I will never be employed by the Pokemon Company in any capacity.
Yep. So what was it was a mirror match in the final match, right?
No, that was the VR tour.
Oh, okay.
Monterrey, Riley Factura was on Miraidon, Whimsicott, Urshi Rapid, Iron Crown,
Okay.
Incineroar, and Ursaluna regular. And
Kieran's a massive Iron Crown supporter at the moment, isn't he?
No, he took it to Worlds, and I think following that, he immediately became not an Iron Crown supporter.
Okay, I'll take it back. I thought he was advocating for it in the group chat.
He had a
It might have
similar
been.
team though. I remember he had a Clefairy, but like
Kieran didn't have.
he had Miraidon and Crown.
He didn't have
Kieran didn't have
Miraidon.
Miraidon.
It was Kali-I.
It was
right,
exclusively it was a Miraidon answer.
Aaron Trailer had Miraidon.
He did, yes.
Yeah.
Peter Vowles, fact checker. Could you please fact check for us whether Kieran likes Iron Crown or not? Thanks. Don't. If you're Kieran Singh, don't bother telling us. We want Peter to find out. It's his job.
Yeah. And Carson was running Koraidon with it was loaded dice.
What is this guy with onomatopoeia? Another bloody sound.
Koraidon from Carson Comfey. Fluttermane, Walking Wake, Chi-Yu, Tinkerton, and Brute Bonnet.
That is heat.
I like to
yeah.
see that. Finally, a Tinkerton like actually placing.
Yeah, so this was also what Artie from Tub Takes ran something similar at the previous Atlanta regional. So everyone's hyping Koraidon and Brute Bonnet at the moment.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, because it won
Last week.
whatever last week.
Atlanta,
Atlanta.
yeah, I hope it was Atlanta.
It was Atlanta
Yeah.
because friend of the show, Andy Levine, was there.
Yeah.
And it was a mirror match.
Yeah.
It was like both were running the same 6, including Koraidon and Brute Bonnet. That team you just described, though, is like the Sun team that everyone in like 1200s on Showdown tries to cook because they just want to cram as much Sun synergy into the team as possible.
It was a Sun team that everyone thought, like, when the Paradox Pokemon were first became legal, like, oh, we're just going to put like all the Sun. Like, remember when Walking Wag first came out? It was
I
like, fuck,
thought
this
it would be
Pokemon
good.
Wow,
is
you
broken.
do a
What a
fire,
dragon
water,
type.
grass core
It's good in rain and sun.
Yeah.
And all this shit. And everyone was like Life Orb with it and stuff. But like this, I'm a little bit, obviously I haven't played any competitive Pokemon for like 3 weeks because I've been in Japan being a tourist. And I do have some Reg-I teams in the cooker. We'll talk about that later. But like, what is with Brute Bonnet and Walking Wake, like, just being good all of a sudden?
I think
they were
it's because
garbage in Reg G.
Koraidon is good now.
Yeah, this is
But
still
why
Reg
was it
G.
not? But why was it not? Oh, what?
Yeah, this is still Reg
fuck,
G.
I'm so
We haven't
upset. I don't even know
had
what
Reg-I
day
yet.
of the week it is. It's also Easter weekend, so like, who fucking knows what day
It
it
won
is?
Atlanta, and I think it's just because everyone just fucking hates Kalido. So it's like, hey, this checks that.
Yeah, because they're not running Sucker Punch, are they? They're running.
No, they are.
It's Sucker Punch.
Usually
Seed Bomb, Sucker Punch, Spore, Rage
Protect
Powder.
or Rage Powder.
Yeah.
Yeah, didn't this one from this event have Taunt, or am I imagining
No,
that?
you're imagining it.
I think one of the other ones did have Taunt.
Not from Atlanta, no.
Did they not?
No.
Okay, we're really knowledgeable. Peter, if you're listening,
I'm sure I've seen
It-
Taunt Brute Bonnet on like one of them.
maybe.
It's a thing. But yeah, I think the
Because you could
recent
outspeed
ones.
Amoongus and Taunt an Amoongus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe. But yeah, I just think we love Brute Bonnet here.
Oh, big fans.
Even though I swear, did you guys, for those who don't subscribe, we have like a Pokemon competition in Bottom Cut where we
Bless
talk about
you.
the best Gen 9 Pokemon. I feel like Brute Bonnet, has it got through to the next round?
I think it made it through.
I feel like it got axed.
I feel like
Oh,
I got
no.
X too.
I advocated for it.
The vibes are
I love
off.
Brute Bonnet.
You guys just made some fucking.
Of course it was.
I will rant about
You
this.
went away for a few weeks and it was all hell, Chris.
It was honestly so many of my Pokemon just were copping strays while I was listening. I had like a list. I was like, fuck, like Chempao.
Oh, you had a list?
Oh, I'm big on lists, and you're all on it, so don't worry about that.
Chempao gone as well. God, everything that I'm rooting for is going.
Yeah, you were there when Chempao went, and Wo-Chen went, and like so many other ones that went on the same episode. I was like,
Empoleon got axed at one
did.
point. Yeah.
It was honestly like Pearl Harbor. Like it was just destruction. And I was in Japan, so it was very confronting.
very relevant. So yeah, congrats to Rally Factura.
Yeah, well done.
Stealing a Worlds invite from the Mexican players.
He didn't know. Did he have a World's Invite already? He would have been up there. With
He would have been
CP
up there
anyway.
the points, yeah.
So they get 70, don't they? In North
70
America?
invites, I believe. Yeah.
I feel like it's
70 or-
80. Oh, no, it's a lot. It's a
Peter,
decent
if you're
amount.
listening, can you let us know how many invites North America gets, please?
We have a fact checker, Cuck.
Yeah, Joel is in the room. We fired
Get
him.
off Pokemon Live, whatever the fuck it.
TCG Live. What deck are you up against, Joel? Okay.
Iono box.
I have not played any post-rotation TCG. I don't know what any of the new cards
Can I
do.
just say that?
Great, moving on.
Because like TCG, they've got partner Pokemon at the moment. So it's like Iono, such and such, or Ends, or Hops, or whatever.
Yeah.
I think Iono is the most overrated, because this is VGC related. Iono is the most overrated character in Pokemon, in my opinion.
She's really
No, I
annoying.
agree. Yeah.
She annoys the shit out of me. I'm sorry.
Yeah, God, yeah.
I mean, maybe she's because like the whole influencer character with this, getting the, I don't know, it's just
She just kept popping up in the game. I was like,
and
why are you still here?
dumb Magnemite
Go away.
headbands.
Yeah.
They're like a Pokemon, but they're not Pokemon.
Sharp teeth for no reason. Why does she have pointy teeth?
That's like some sort of brand of anime where they've all got fangs. Because I queried that at the time, and someone explained it to me.
It definitely doesn't help.
Peter, if you're listening, why does Ono have fangs? Can you let us know about that too, please? But yeah, no. We will talk about TCG later because I got into the Pokemon card stock market, and it's over.
Oh, I'm living for your updates. It's actually so
It's
good.
actually taken over my life.
I want to put all mine into it now as well.
It
After
took me,
seeing that,
me like most of yesterday, like looking up every individual card and collector. It's worth it though, because then you've got like how much money
your investment
I have
portfolio.
like I'm getting close to 17 grand worth of Pokemon cards just sitting in my pantry, in my cupboard. It's very exciting.
Hell yeah.
I only started playing 2 years ago. So it's a lot of money to accumulate that quickly.
A lot of money to have spent that quickly.
We don't talk
Diamond
about that
hands.
part, Mark.
God damn.
So yeah, we don't have a lot of info from Monterrey.
Yeah, they haven't released the stats yet, I don't think.
No.
Ooh.
I think it's because it's
Yeah, I had a perfunctory look, but I couldn't find anything. It's
there's a bunch of recordings like bootleg stream recordings on Twitter that people have uploaded. Brady Smith recorded the finals and commentated over that. If you want to watch that, but there was an event we did get info from. Again, sorry, it's Reg G.
Was it WrestleMania?
Malaysia Master Ball League.
It's the Malaysia Master Ball League.
I like WrestleMania.
Okay, so what won that?
Lunala won.
Ugh.
It was
Oh God.
Calm Mind Lunala with Insin, Screamtail, Cornupon, Rillaboom, and Ability Shield Tornadus.
I've seen the Ability Shield Torn and Ability Shield Whims running around.
Is that because of the wheezing fear?
It's
It
wheezing,
is, and it's hilarious because the runner-up team had a wheezing.
Oh, that's a good meta call there.
Yeah. Runner-up was the Calido wheezing Roaring Moon Indeedee female with Dondozo.
yeah.
Solo Dozo.
No, Dozo Tatsu.
Oh, sorry. Yeah,
but it was Speed Booster Tatsu. I'm not sure if that's correct. But
I have seen that before because, like, you need to ask. You won't outspeed like a Fluttermane or a Chempower or anything.
I mean, he doesn't have order up, so it doesn't really matter. But
Yeah,
it was
maybe
a
that's
sleep
why you did it
tour
for the style
Resta,
points.
yeah. You have the big piss catfish and the piss colored Tatsu. So
Don't get me. I'm really sensitive about catfish at the moment. Okay,
Why
did
did you have a
something
bad
happen
one in Japan?
let's just get through the fucking events that's happened this weekend, and then we'll talk about the other event that happened this weekend.
okay, I'll quickly run through the top cut of 16 from Malaysia. We had a Arabega team, another Lunala team with Grimmsnarl.
Lunar is going to be such. He's the one for the Holly count meter. It's going to be such a cunt in Reg Eye.
Oh, 100%.
Oh, it really
yeah,
is.
Yeah.
Oh, you think Calm Mind Lunar's bad now? Fuck me.
14th was a hard trick room team. This is like Gallade, Hatterene with Smeargle Torkoal, Kali-Eye.
Nice.
13, there was a Calido with a Wheezing, but no Dozo.
Interesting.
12th was Koraidon Brute Bonnet and Friends.
Was Walking Wag in the Friends?
No, Entei, Fluttermane, Cornupon, Raging Bolt. A regular Calido Balance. An Arabega-esque, but it's the Chi-Yu, Cornupon, and Iron Bundle version.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh.
So I don't like how we used to be cool names for teams, and now it's like the Arabago 6 or
Yes.
whatever. Whatever happened to like Rinya's Sun and Chalk and like, all these cool names, and now it's just like we just name it after like
Well, this is just Twitter
a
discussion.
long Italian name or some shit.
They want the Reg Eye duos to have cool names again.
we want
so.
Dogwater or Swordfish or whatever
Yes.
kids were calling
Yes. Yeah.
it. We want cool names. And
Well,
I
we've been
want more cool
workshopping names for Calyrex Shadow and Zamazenta.
Is it?
So Shadow Shield, but that's a bit confusing because it's also an ability.
Yes.
And there's also Shield Rider.
I like full cheesecake because it's shit.
Dog horse.
What about just like which Pokemon was this? Sorry, Calyrex Shadow.
Calyrex
Rider.
Shadow Rider and Zamazenta.
Dog horse.
Woofney.
Yeah, leave it with me.
I do like your
Wide
Thunderbirds.
Barrage.
I like.
Thunderbirds is such a
Do you
good
like?
name.
Oh,
You
that's
run
a Miraidon
Thunderbirds. Do you
Ho-Oh.
like?
Yeah.
What? Miraidon Ho-Oh.
Yeah. Isn't that your core? For a guy?
I moved on from Miraidon, but yeah.
Ooh, so you've gone to Koraidon?
I went CSR.
Ooh, okay. We'll get to I do want to talk about Ho-Oh at some point.
Yeah, I do.
Let's finish talking about Reg G before we start complaining too much about
they're
Reg
all
Eye.
blurring
Yeah,
into
we're
one
finished
now.
talking about Reg G. We all moved the fuck
We
on.
finished talking about Reg G 6 months ago.
Yeah.
9th at the Malaysia Master Ball Cup. That was still Reg G.
Okay, I guess we're not finished.
It was Wolfie Comparish team.
If you're not Wolf Glegg, don't run Perish. All right.
I mean, they came in 9th in a Master Ball League, so that's something.
someone
In Malaysia.
Yeah, it's
the
in Malaysia.
world's
No,
invite.
a few weeks ago, Sebastian Escalante was like top 4,
That's
I
true,
think, with Wolfie Comparish.
And
Top 8 maybe?
Dim leaked that Marco was running it after losing to us. That was pretty funny.
Marco Silva.
Yeah.
Dim leaked it.
He had a fire tweet, went viral. And it's like Pokemon VGC viral.
Yeah, so like 10 people. So.
8th was looks like a hyper offense Kalido team, but with a Hands and a Mungus for support. 7th was a Kelsh-esque hard trick room, but with a Gallade. 6th was
Kelsh-esque.
Kelsh-esque. 6th was
Autistic
Koraidon.
Zamazenta.
No, it was Kali I, his hard trick room one.
Oh, that's right. He's a hard trick room player now.
Yeah.
And everyone complained about that's
Kelsh-esque Nouveau.
Yeah, and then that's right. When someone called him out,
Chef,
called out him for running hard trick room, and then Diego defended all the hard trick room players.
Yeah.
It was basically just like
and then he won.
People have been trying to make hard trick room work for years, and then someone who's never played it before picks it up and wins.
Yeah.
I bet all these hard trick room players are devastated or something like that.
And then like a week later, Diego won Brisbane with it.
Yeah,
True.
true.
Yeah. That showed him.
That showed up real good.
Why don't you cook that, chef?
Have you seen Chef? Great movie. 6 was...
So the John Favreau one?
Yeah, that one.
I haven't. He's good. Okay, I'll check that.
6 was Koraidon Ditto, that one with the Flutterfish, Corner Pond Raging Bolt.
I would like to see more practice against Ditto because it scares the shit out of me.
There's a lot of Ditto, yeah.
It's going to get more prevalent in Reg I.
Because like
It's very restricted.
I just reckon I guess I could try, but the coordination of making sure you bring your Ditto in on the right slot stresses me out.
Once you get up to like intermediate play and higher, people get pretty good at like holding their Ditto and then switching it in when they know the restricted's going to be in that slot, either because they're expecting it to not switch out or they're predicting a switch in.
Yeah. No, so they need to be better. They need to be better than me. Just not. Yeah.
Pretty much.
5th was just the Kelsh Hard Trick Room team. 4th was a Zamazenta Chiempao Pelipper. 3rd was the Dill Iron Treads Miraidon team. And we've been through 2nd and 1st of Weezing and Lunala.
What makes it a Kelsh Trick Room team? Is it got a Raging Bolt on it? Is that what makes it a Kelsh Trick Room team?
Yeah, it's the team he won
Okay.
the regional with. So
I feel like it was standard hard trick room with a Raging Bolt instead of one of the slots.
it also had a max speed Smeagol,
Okay.
which I think is unusual for a hard trick room
Yes,
team.
yeah, that's
Because
fine.
usually you want the
The
Smeagol to
fake
be...
out war. Let's beat the Incineroar
He
fake
wanted,
outs.
it was like fast decorate, so you can decorate against Terrapagos as well, which outspeeds Incineroars, and they can fake them out as well.
Okay. So you'd turn 1 decorate?
Yes, that's what he's saying. Like his flowchart into that Terrapagos Heatran team was he just turn 1 decorate and then get a massive Glacial Lance off.
Oh, I like it.
But yeah, that was Malaysia Reg G. We did it. Now we
no
can stop
more Reg
talking
G?
about Reg G.
I'm going to say one more thing about Monterrey.
Yeah.
Enemy of the show, my nomination for Mouth Breather of the Year last year, Brent Tonneson
was he there?
won TCG. He won TCG Masters at Monterrey. First time Australian players won a regional this season or something. I don't know. There was in TCG.
Yeah, I guess we should be happy about that.
No. It's like a
we can
double-edged
go
sword.
on not caring, right? Like,
Yeah.
that's fine.
I mean, that's where I'm at.
It is
Yeah.
a double-edged sword. It's like, hey, OS representation, but it's Chris's arch nemesis.
I just
This guy
he
with
just
shit takes.
really rubs me. And people that play TCG in Perth have come to his defense and say, like, I think he comes across very bad on social media because he's so autistic that he doesn't know how to like phrase things properly. He's actually fine in person.
Guys, it's from the heart.
I tried to I tried to like engage with him in Perth in person to like it's just because
bury the hatchet,
because
yeah.
I'm a journalist now. And
Breaking
news.
Not that TPCI would recognize it and give us media passes.
he was just like the way he was sitting on the chair, rocking back and forth, and his body language and mannerisms. I was like, "Fuck him!" I feel like I'm back at work in the mental health hospital. I was like, "Okay, no, maybe he's actually just that socially like weird that maybe that's So maybe I need to. I don't know, but I still don't like him. Sorry, everybody. Yes, he's like just the Megan Rattle of TCG.
I don't know, man.
That's right. We got a new thumbnail. Chris, ableist. Dun, dun.
No, I just get way too much enjoyment out of saying variations on this Brent's my Tonneson. It's just a great name for that.
It is a very Russell My Jimmy's kind of name.
Yeah, it is.
Russell my Jimmies. One thing I'll give a shout out to for the B team, which I won't give them many shout outs, but I'll give a shout out to this because I like that Jamie read JUX9 for his bad fashion. At Atlanta Regionals, we fact checked this because we have Atlanta correspondent Wacko. And he
was there.
He confirmed.
On the
Man on the ground.
He confirmed, our man on the ground confirmed that it was a comfortable 24 degrees Celsius that day. There was no reason to be wearing a hoodie with a jacket over the top on stream. We confirmed this with our Atlantan correspondent.
Thank you, Wacko.
So thank you. Because I do always try and call out fashion on stream
You do,
when
yes.
I watch it, like 3 times a year. And yeah, I'm glad that I'm not the only one that sees these horrendous attempts.
Did you rate his no glasses look, at least? Or do you think he's a glasses kind of guy?
I'm going to have to get back to you on that.
Oh, okay.
At some point in the episode, I'll look up photos of him like with or without glasses. I think I've never really studied his face that much. Now I need to.
I think it will heavily depend on the rest of the ensemble.
Yeah.
The ensemble.
The ensemble. Yes. So yeah, if Joe9, if you are listening to our podcast, and I know you are, for the love of God, let your wife dress you.
Yeah.
God damn.
We need a Queer Eye segment. You need to like do someone's fashion for a regional stream.
Oh, okay. Can we make it? I can make it a regular thing. So when's the next- this? Oh God. It's
Yeah,
not
we can
this
get
weekend.
Carson Kresley.
Yeah, I could.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're getting bootlegger streams going for Melbourne. Maybe we need to tee that up with someone.
Yeah.
There's some social media content. All right. Someone's getting a makeover.
I'll just bring a little makeup kit with me.
Yeah. Maybe
Okay.
a roommate for Melbourne.
Can we do like a montage scene of me
Fuck
like doing a
yes.
makeover?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. Totally.
Sweet. So I know we've mentioned we think this, we're talking about Reg G for the last time. Do we think this will be the last time we're talking about Reg G?
If it comes back a third time, I swear to God, I'm gonna kill
we'll
myself.
just pointedly ignore it.
Afterwards, they're going to bring it back.
Possibly. They've got a whole year to fill of more Scarlet and Violet unless they...
That's a common belief. It's not official.
Yeah, unless they, suddenly drop either Champions or Gen 10 or have, competitive capability in Z to A. It's going to be another year of Scarlet Violet. And I don't see any of those other options
I'm
happening.
so over it, man.
One option is that Champions comes out in November, like the normal release date for Pokemon games, because they got to get the Christmas money in, and then.
But Zeta is
between-
already
between-
slated to drop in November, and they haven't given us a release date for Champions yet.
Well, I'm just
I know we
thinking-
give them shit for dropping unfinished games, but Jesus, it will be unfinished if they drop Champions in November.
Well, like Reg I finishes at the end of August. Okay, so they do go back to like what they used to do a few years back, where they just have a break from VGC between September to
Well, that
October
part's
is a
confirmed.
2-month break.
The break is confirmed.
It is confirmed.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we-
after NAIC.
Oh, right, yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then there's Worlds, and then there's nothing. But so maybe we get Legends Arc. What the hell is it called? ZA.
Yeah.
We play that some single player. Then they drop Champions in maybe November, and then that's what's. I'm agreeing with you. It's probably going to be a fourth year of Scarlet Violet. How the fuck my Switch is going to hold together?
I think they're going to swap completely over to the Champions, to be honest. Like, there's Megas confirmed in
no
there.
way they're going to have it dropped or ready to drop in November. I just don't see it happening.
Doesn't mean they're not going
Agreed,
to do
yeah.
it.
There's no way to go back to Reg G a third time. However, if you go back to the COVID era where we had there was that format where you could have 6 restricteds, mythicals, there was a ban list where they banned the top 10 usage for singles and doubles or whatever. All the fuck, I don't know, whatever it was. And things like Howlon, Cop Strays, don't ask me how or why.
What?
It's true.
Yeah, it's because it was top 10 usage in doubles and also in singles
Yes.
were banned across
Yes.
the board for
Yes.
both doubles and singles.
Yeah.
So we got
funny.
some Pokemon that were really
Yeah.
strong, if a Cloyster or
And I
something
think
was like,
and somehow P2 dodged the bullet or something. And that was
yeah,
illegal.
yeah.
It was a fucked format.
The issue with just blanket banning top 10s is top 15. So the 5 just below that just end up being insanely oppressive with not enough to counter them.
Or the things that were holding back certain threats from being in the top 10 were in the top 10. And then as soon as you remove those,
Yeah.
you imagine if I don't know, this is very hypothetical. Imagine there was a format where they gave you Miraidon, but there's no Rillaboom or Amoonguss or something. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
yeah.
And no Indeedee or something where you just got nothing. It's a very bad example, but
No, yeah, I see what you're saying though. But
Fuck, a format with no Rillaboom, Urshifu, and Incineroar though.
please.
Actually,
and the
yes.
Raging Bolt.
Yeah.
anyway, I don't know what they're going to do, but they're not going to get rid.
We need predictions so we can be we were wrong / right.
Yeah. I reckon we will see Reg G again before I die.
before you die.
I'm going to kill
If
you
it comes
right
back, if Reggie comes back a third fucking time, I'm gonna say that we commentate fucking Smogon Premier League or something. I don't care.
You're going to quit VGC again?
Yeah, again.
I'll teach you how to play the cards,
And
my
I'll
man.
tell
We'll do
everyone.
that.
When you say Reg G again, because
I mean, within Scarlet and Violet.
okay, but this is so I want you to be detailed. So like single restricted format.
Yep.
And it has to be called Reg G. So this is not like
Yes.
the next game in the future where
No, I'm talking about within Scarlet and Violet, sometime between now and Worlds 2026. I think we will see Reg G again. They're running out of options otherwise.
They
Otherwise, what are they going to do? Like maybe go back to Reg H?
This is why I think Champions is coming. Do any of us actually know how long they've been working on it for before the announcement?
Well, based on the fact that
They used
when
to
they
go on
dropped the announcement, they told us that what we were seeing was not actual gameplay footage.
Yeah.
But they
is
always
not very
do
far
that.
along.
and it didn't say under development.
It was a
Yeah,
very
it did.
cinematic trailer, you know.
It was. I don't think. I think what some people, including you, may be doing is assuming that the game drop schedules and how they produce the games and everything is tied particularly strongly to the competitive calendar.
It used to be.
I mean, I'm not thinking about the competitive calendar. I'm thinking more about the fact that Scarlet and Violet is getting very long in the tooth, and the Switch 2 is dropping very, very soon, and they'll want something in time for Christmas. Like,
Well, they're dropping Z to A just before
Yeah, but
Christmas.
even beyond
that's
that, like-
going to be the money.
Yeah, I don't see
right?
them dropping
They've been
both.
scheduling like DLC drops at the same time as regulation changes. Just about like they've been pretty like I feel like
I think it's the other way around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, fair.
I don't know. I just feel like, there's a bunch of thoughts. It's like, well, they have to do something. Otherwise, the competitive scene will be in shambles. It's like, you're implying
don't
they
care.
give a shit.
Well,
right?
hang on,
Like,
one thing haven't mentioned. What if there is a third DLC and we get
I think of all the options that people are suggesting, that is the most likely.
really?
I don't think it's overly likely, but I
Ultra Beast.
I would see
I guess
a third
Xerneas and
DLC.
shit, right?
before
Oh, Jesus.
that's the other thing as well, is that when
Yeah.
Z to A drops, potentially that releases more Pokemon into Scarlet and Violet,
Yeah.
much like Legends Arceus did.
If they give us Xerneas and don't give us Crobat, I'll be fucking fuming.
Give us Crobat. Fucking hell.
But that's the other thing. Do we think we'll see Megas in Scarlet and Violet?
Ooh.
Yeah, I'm going to say no just because the hardware probably can't handle it.
yeah. I mean, that's probably it, right? They probably don't have the capability in game.
Although the Switch 2 will be Scarlet and Violet compatible. So maybe.
There is going to be a Scarlet Violet, like a updated
Upgrade,
version.
yeah.
Upgrade, yeah.
You can't use it for NAIC though, the Switch 2. They announced that.
Well, we don't even know how much it's going to cost. Can anyone afford a Switch 2?
I mean, we got
Thanks,
the Australian prices.
Yeah.
Confirmed?
Yeah.
And,
And
released
none of us can
pre-order,
afford
yeah.
it. Yeah.
is it going up?
Hey, can we
7
pre-order from Good Games?
Has it gone
Yeah, we should call them right now and see.
Has it gone up? Also, why did you edit out the prank call? I really wanted to hear it.
Because it's bad. It was really bad.
Can you just paraphrase in like one sentence? What happened?
Mark asked if they're doing a pre-release for the Switch 2.
Yeah, I got my wording wrong. I meant to ask about pre-orders. I called and asked about pre-release, and the poor person on the other end got very confused.
Was everyone giggling in the background?
I was
losing
doing
our
a
shit.
good enough job to not.
It was more like hold the phone out here while we're laughing. So
I'm so sad I missed that.
Don't be. Yeah, so I mean, I guess those are
But
our general predictions
Yeah.
for.
Can we just survive Reg I first?
Yeah, I mean, do we want to talk about Reg I a little bit? It's
I
it's
would
been-
like
it means that we don't talk about Reg G anymore then.
Yeah, that's fair.
I'm with
I mean,
you.
Reg I, there was that Victory Road tour that happened recently that we can talk about. And I'm
Yes.
sure at least most of us have been playing Reg I on Showdown and at this
little
stage
bit.
have some idea of
I've
what
been-
the format's like.
Wait, this is the one
I've
that
been trying
Shohei
not
won?
to, man.
correct.
yes,
This was the
Victory
mirror
Road
match.
tour.
Yeah.
Right.
I've been
Gotcha.
trying not to play any Showdown. I deleted the shortcut off my phone and everything. I
I
just keep coming back, man. It's a drug.
I was sick
you going to Melbourne?
recently.
What?
You going to Melbourne?
I could do now, but I don't want to take the leave and spend more money to have a bad time again.
That's fair.
That's fair. Okay.
But I was really sick recently. So last week when I wasn't able to come on the podcast, I was literally bedridden with some kind of god awful flu. And
was it a
while
girlfriend?
recovering, no, it was
Okay.
really,
You
really
weren't bedridden for that reason.
no, unfortunately not. But
That's
You know,
bed
the-
riding.
Where's the soundboard tonight?
Yeah, come on.
Mark, fucking
host.
hell.
Ethan, do you want to say the thing again?
Why would you call it bedridden when it's bed riding? Yeah, good, correct.
But yeah, I mean, while I was recovering, I was off work. There's not a lot to do. And so I'd sit around, like lie around in bed on my phone or like watch TV or anything. But the one thing I was absolutely adamant that I would not do was play a single game of Showdown because I needed to recover. And I know your mental health impacts your physical health. And if my mental got shot from playing a bunch of games on Showdown, it was going to take longer to recover.
So what happened?
I stayed off Showdown the whole time.
You did?
I remained clear and I got better much quicker than I would have done otherwise. I genuinely, like, my mental was already, like, I felt like shit. And I was like, there's no way I'm making this worse by going onto Showdown. So I booted up Skyrim and I played that for a week.
Fuck yeah.
The opposite of Showdown, just a good time.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, outside of that, I have been doing a bunch of Showdown and, I've got a decent idea of how Regai is starting to look, and unfortunately,
You don't like it?
Calyrex, Shadow Rider, and Zamazenta continues to be painfully prevalent, as does Lunala.
Before
fucking Lunala, man.
Before we talk about what we're doing on the low levels of Showdown ladder, what were the professionals doing at the VR tour?
Professionals.
Stay the matter.
I'll run through quickly the finals, the top 14 teams from day 2.
14?
Yeah, because 2 had buys. It'll be, super quick. We got Calidozam with Torn,
Okay, so just pause for a second.
Yeah, sorry.
Calidozam. Is the Do Dondozo?
Calido Shadow Rider.
Calyrex Shadow.
Oh, what?
I said quick.
Calido is Calyrex Shadow Rider.
Yeah.
Since when? I thought it was like CSR Sugar Brand,
CSR,
that's what I say.
Calido.
Yeah.
Oh, I've obviously been away for so long. The fucking lingo's changed. Okay, now that I know what Calidozam means, I thought you were having a stroke. Yeah.
But yeah, Zam CSR, this like CSR, Zamazenta, Torn Ursh, Chempao, Rillaboom is all over this list, man. There's like 5 of them.
It's
like
so
Chempao.
painful to play against.
Yeah, and the thing to call out is that these Tornadus have Rain Dance because Koraidon is picking up and there's a lot of Rain Dance Torns with these teams, especially amongst the Japanese
worse.
players.
As someone who's running CSR and Koraidon, this sounds fucking dreadful.
Yeah.
11th was Kyogre CSR, since we changed it to that now.
No, they can say Calido now they know what it is.
Yeah, there's a bigger version of you, Chris, on this list. Number 10,
A fatter version of me.
Chris Large.
Whoa.
That's his name, is Chris Large.
Does that imply that I'm Chris
Small.
Well, I mean, that depends. Do you
Probably
want
Chris
to be
Medium.
Chris Medium or do you want to be Chris XXL, right?
Chris
it's-
Average.
Yeah, you need a little bit more Chris Margarine, am I right?
Wow. So you can Chris my ass.
Oh,
Christmas? Yeah. I will take medium. I
Okay.
think it's just like right down the middle.
Yeah, solid.
Yeah, Chris medium.
Chris Mardium.
Chris down the
But Chris Large is running Lunala Miraidon. 9th was Lunala Koraidon. Marco Silver at 8th with Miraidon Kali I, Kali I Miraidon.
Tell us about spicy like other Pokemon too.
There is no spice.
Well, there's a Brute Bonnet.
Yeah. 9th, Lorenzo, his Lunala Koraidon team, was with Flutterfish and Brute Bonnet. A version of this with
Ditto.
Yeah.
a version of this with Ursa Luna was like winning a bunch of Limitless tours.
Is that Lando on a non-Kyogre team?
That's correct. Lando is with Kali I Miraidon.
Why?
And then there's a Valiant with
I'd say for the
Kali
mirror.
I Miraidon. There's a Kalido Koraidon.
I quite like Lando at the moment as a Miraidon switch-in because they always want to go like Volt
They
Switch.
want to Volt
Yeah.
Switch, yeah.
And it's really like fun just predicting which target and switching in Lando.
Yeah, this one's Scarf as well. So, all right, top 8, I'll do all of them for you. 7th was,
You don't have to.
you know, just fucking, you want to do it thorough? I'll do it
Say the
thorough.
full name of each Pokemon, Dan.
Calyrex
No.
Ice Rider, Miraidon, Farigiraf, Iron
That's
Valiant.
Miraidon Ultimate Form.
Kill yourself. Iron Valiant, Ogerpon Cornerstone, Iron Hands. 6th, Calyrex Shadow Rider, Koraidon, Chiyu, Indeedee Female, Whimsicott, and Brute Bonnet. Yo, what the fuck, Joel Bergman? You've got a Calyrex Shadow Rider and a Terapagos.
Ooh.
I'm not extending
I
that.
still don't see why people think track the ghost is good.
Terapagos.
Because it's a good name for
It
Terapagos
is
Kelly Rider.
Terapagos, yeah.
Terapagos.
Cooking.
That's good.
Cooking.
Yeah.
All right, make it so. Terapagos.
Terapagos. But Terapagos, I come across it and like sometimes they don't have specs or a calm mind or whatever, and they just go for like the the move.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stellar Starstorm, whatever. I feel like it does like 20%.
It does fuck all.
It does fuck all.
You know, something I found out, it does less when it terrors.
What?
How
It
fucking
loses
stupid
stab.
is
Yeah,
that?
it loses stab.
It
Yeah.
loses stab despite the fact that it stellar terrors and it's a stellar type move. It's dumb.
It was Joel's favorite restricted.
Why the fuck
and he
do they
doesn't play
hate-
VGC anymore. So what? Oh, you know what I mean? Like, I'm just saying, if you put two
Yeah,
and two
look.
together,
Yeah, that's true. No, they are running Earth Power though now on the Terrapagos
Yeah.
versus
for even less
substitute.
damage. Yeah, good.
I mean, it needs something else to hit all the other random shit because if they
And there's
don't
so
Terra-
much Kali Shadow at the moment.
yeah.
That, yeah.
The one thing that's cool about running Terrapagos is I love where you can like Stellar Terra and then still fake out Indeedee
Yes.
next to it. That's
Yeah.
cute.
That's
I like
That
that.
is very funny.
Fourth, we have that Lunala Koraidon team I was saying with the Ursaluna normal.
Yep.
Now the top three, there's a Terrapagos, Koraidon, Incin, Fluttermane, Cornerstone, and Raging Bolt.
That's interesting. Believing your own son.
Is that a smear Mabeagle?
Yes, top two was a restricted duo Mirror. Jorge, I'm guessing is the
What
pronunciation.
did you call me?
Calyrex Shadow Rider, Zamazenta, Incineroar, Smeargle, Hearthflame, and Rillaboom. And then the winner was Zine or Shohei Kimura with the Shadow Rider, Zamazenta, Rain Dance, Tornadus, Urshifu Rapid, Chiempao, and Rillaboom.
Disgusting.
Jorge versus Shohei. I like that. That's storyline.
But this has like, Victory Road host of this. There's a bunch of stats.
It's like $1,000 of prize money or something, wasn't it?
I mean, top place, was like $900.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Better than what we're
all you
offering
have
in
to
our
do
fucking
is-
tournaments, Joel.
Our invitation will be huge. What do you mean?
All you have to do
I have to
is
qualify for that though.
sit through many rounds of regulation I am playing against a bunch of Shadow Shield players.
Yeah, fair.
I just clarify with the O2 drop invitational. Because I haven't been playing much lately and I haven't got enough points. If I win Melbourne Regionals, can I get like an auto invite? I mean, don't shake your head.
Joel is shaking his head in the
He's shaking
corner.
his head.
So I can
If it was-
qualify for Worlds, but not.
It's points earned in Perth, says
But
Joel.
he doesn't have a mic. He said yes, you automatically qualify.
Yeah.
I heard that too.
Justin, you could smile. Look at that.
As the host of the show, I'm saying yes.
But, like, you didn't specify what sort of points earned in Perth. It could be like demerit points.
Me out speeding on the Easter weekend to min-max my demerits and get the double demerits.
It's 252 demerits.
That's a good show and alt. Quick, someone register.
It is 252 demerits.
Call me Isadora Duncan the way I'm doing 110 on the freeway with my choice scarf.
All right. Usage
you.
stats.
Is that our first actual didum?
No, I've had
Yeah, because that was a good one.
Because I had the wows.
I can't believe Chris didn't get a joke about Isadora Duncan.
Obviously, Shadow Rider Zamazenta was the most used restricted pair. Apart from Mark, since I already told him. What do you think was the second most used restricted pair?
In the VR tour.
Yeah.
What did you say number one was?
Shadow Rider Zamazenta.
Shadow Shield.
Naturally.
We need a better name than that.
All right, suggest one.
Dog horse.
You came up with Terrapaghost, which is pretty good.
What about Mabostiff, because it's a dead dog?
I mean, Houndstone's probably more dead than Mabostiff. Fortunately, we had to keep Mabostiff alive.
I have said before, I know it feels like you guys are digging at me, but I've said before, I would have preferred it if the dog died. If this last sandwich didn't work and Arvin had to come to terms with that, I think that would have been a much better story.
Or if you battle it after it gets better and dies anyway.
Do like you do to Blues Eradicate. Yeah.
How about, because it's like a dog with like ghost stories, how about Scooby-Doo?
Wait, no, I got it. I got it. Like, think about the moose, right?
Like zoinks.
Call it body
Mariah
barrage.
coming after us.
Oh, man.
Body Barrage.
Body barrage.
Oh, because Body Press is Astral
I don't
Barrage.
hate Body Barrage.
Yeah.
Astral Press.
Scooby-Doo's pretty funny. I like that
I
one.
like Scooby-Doo. Anyway.
I still think Shadow Shield, to be honest, but
I will go. Is it something that's like should be obvious or something that's going to be like left field?
Body horse.
It's a little bit more left field, but if you look at all the teams, you'll probably know.
No one fucking listens to me, Joel. They're not
Speaking
listening.
of left,
Body Horse, did you say?
Yeah.
No.
No.
I would like to complain just quickly while you're all in
Okay.
the room.
Yes.
Because while I was away, you all tried to do impersonations of me. So
Who do you think was the best?
I don't know. None of you are good because you all seem to think I say stuff like,
You all seem to think I say stuff like,
Stuff
an echo?
So, okay, excuse me. This might sound left field. All these things I've never said before on the podcast. Excuse me. First of all, I don't sound like that.
That one's pretty good.
Yeah.
All right, Chris, well, now's your turn to do a
And the
imitation
number
of each of us.
hilarious fucking cunts in the Discord, they're like, oh, I didn't realize Chris wasn't even there.
Shout out to our fans.
Fuck you. I was very missed. Diego said, when are you coming back?
Fuck you, Diego. We did fine without him.
Love you, Diego. Don't listen to them.
Yeah. I appreciate you continuously calling us out on not knowing shit about Spain or its
Wait, he
colonies.
hasn't subbed yet.
Uncultured cis white people.
You get him to sub. He just won Brisbane.
That's what I literally said
I
that when I
have tried.
interviewed him.
I
I said,
did.
now that you've got winner's money, you're going to pay
if you
$3
wanna-
a month to subscribe.
I told him, he's like, he said like, I don't know, I can read out the exact words. It was something like you bring like,
No, please
some
don't,
much
it'll be
needed
hurtful.
sass and flair or something like that. And then I was like, well, if you want to hear more of that, listen to the bottom cut, subscribe. And he was like, ha ha ha.
I like the idea he just laughed, reacted to it, and then didn't reply.
And we know he listens, so Diego fucking sub.
Yeah, you got the money, mate. You got $6,000 minus American tax for some weird reason.
Ooh.
Yeah, they get taxed.
Yeah.
It's fucked.
Like I
'Cause in
said-
Australia, you don't get taxed on prize
I
money.
literally said to him just after he won. He's got all this prize money now. He can give us $3 a month, and he gave the same vague answer that I imagine he gave you.
Tell you what, Diego, if you subscribe to the bottom cut, we'll give you Pete's Discord role for keeping us honest.
We're firing out unpaid.
We can't fire Pete. He was letting us know what the weather was like in Atlanta.
I'm sure Diego can do that.
Yeah, probably.
All right, back to our trivia. VR tour.
The second most
Second
used
most
pairing.
used. Ooh.
Oh, fuck. Eddie, I don't know what to do. Lock in C. All I can keep looking at is Mark's plushie of Kieran White. And it's like, it's
Please
Kieran.
tell me that's your guess.
Do not lock in Kieran White.
Okay, I will go.
That's the one Who Wants to Be a Millionaire answer they give you that it's obviously not.
What do they pair with Coridon, Ethan?
Ho-Oh.
Apart from Ho-Oh. It won't be second. So, like, what else do they pair with Coridon?
I have it up in front of me.
No, don't cheat.
I'm closing my phone and I'm putting it away.
Okay, Zacian plus... Is it Swordfish? Because I know that people are trying to make that work again.
Yeah.
Surely not.
It's not happening. They're not making it happen.
I'll go...
Did I say one swordfish in the top cut of this tournament?
No, but it could be like all the day one.
All
people.
the shitters
All
you
the
reckon
shitters,
we're
yeah.
running it?
No, I'll go... Was there any Koga?
I need you to lock it in.
There was one.
There was one?
Yeah.
Oh, look, I'll just say something off. I'll say left field. I'll go Kyoga Zamazenta.
Okay.
I think they work on paper.
Have you seen the stats?
I have.
Do you know? All right, well, it was Lunala Coridon.
Oh, I asked for that pair with Coridon.
Well, Lunala.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Evidently, yeah.
Wow.
I will say I was surprised by that answer. And when Dan asked me that question before, I also said swordfish.
Yeah, I didn't think of anything else. And also it's got a cool name.
Yes.
I mean, Maridon Kali Ice is third, and that's up there.
yeah.
So you knew.
Yeah.
And you didn't give me anything. You just sat there and...
In your little seat.
The whole point
All
was
right,
that you were...
keep your secrets.
Fourth was Lunala Maridon, and then fifth was Swordfish.
I don't know how I guess it's nice that Lunala's getting some love.
No, it
isn't.
But like, also at the same time, can it be anything but Lunala getting love, please?
Right?
Yeah.
Can it be Kieran White?
Yes.
Can that be what suddenly gets
Can
good,
they give
please?
us a good hail setter?
Can it be?
Yeah.
Snow setter, I should say.
Can it be Ho?
Get the
Actually-
snow pronouns.
Hello
right.
is picking up, actually.
Ho is pretty sauce, actually. I've been running with
Let's
it.
talk about it because
Yeah.
it's all over Twitter. And
Yeah.
everyone's like, all the people that wrote Ho-Oh off and all these people that trying to make Ho-Oh work. I know that Ho-Oh Maridon's a thing. I know Ho-Oh Coridon's a thing. Obviously, one set's sun. And one of them just works because Maridon wants to click electric moves. Ho-Oh beats everything that resists electric moves.
Yeah.
And it's just
Well,
not dragons. But
Doesn't really
it's
beat ground types.
I mean, they don't really want to take like a sacred fire or a brave bird necessarily either.
And none of them can really hit Ho either.
Yeah, it's like it's got toe in, right? So it does it's more of a supporter role and it threatens things if you ignore it.
True.
Yeah, plus regenerator.
And it's so fat and the typing is so good.
What, Jack Lloyd ran it with Groudon next to it in our OSVGC stream?
Yeah.
Yep.
When he defeated Dim the Sim, friend of the
Yeah.
show.
So it is picking up, yeah.
Have you been running it?
I'm not gonna lie. I talked it up
Yeah.
If you remember the Justin Tang
I
interview,
do. Yep.
I put it to him. He officially endorsed it and said, "Welcome to the Tang Gang." I
remember that, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. That's how I remember it. I didn't have the Thunderbirds nickname for it back then. I regret not having it. I think that could have been a better sales pitch for Justin Tang.
Maybe.
If you're listening, Justin. No, I haven't. I haven't been. It was to me on paper, but then I was like, you have to run like a clear amulet, right? And I just don't know how. I mean, I don't know. I just don't know how I feel about it. I feel like there are better restricted, and maybe I was just trying to force it to be good because it's ho-oh and I like it more than other restricted. I don't know. I haven't done enough practice. I don't feel like I can comment on it. I like it on paper. I think Caradon and Maradon both work with it on paper quite well. That's all I've got.
Caradon's good to keep Urshifu off of it. But I've been running it with CSR actually because I feel like it's really good at breaking the mirror because like if you put enough bulk into Ho-Oh, it can basically sit in front of CSR and Zama by itself.
Okay, nickname suggestion for that team? Ho-Rider.
Ho-Rider? Yeah.
Shadow Rider.
Call it Santa. Rider.
Oh, right.
Shadow Turkey.
Is it a turkey? I guess it looks like a turkey.
Dead Turkey.
Thanksgiving.
Dead Turkey.
Cold turkey. No,
Cold turkey.
That'd be
that would be ice sauce,
yeah.
Oh, that's good though.
All right, we'll keep that one in the back pocket.
Yeah.
If anyone makes that work.
No, I haven't been running Ho-Oh. I've got other ideas for Regai.
Yeah.
But I mean, maybe we should talk about your teams first because you've actually been playing Regai on that. I've just kind of done like maybe 6 battles with each of my teams that I built. They've got cool nicknames though.
That's all that matters.
I'm proud of those.
Yeah.
I had Zapdog.
Mm-hmm.
Zapdog being Zapdos and
No.
Maridon.
Although I did have Zapdos and Thunderous in the team builder this trip. But no, Zapdog was Maridon Zamazenta.
One fun day
Zama,
with a wolf
okay.
and a bird.
And I had Zamaquarium.
Zamaquarium.
Zamaquarium was Zamazenta Kyogre with Palafin.
The fuck?
Yes. I was all in. I was like, okay, I lead Palafin Kyogre. What are you going to do? You know, like I've got Clear Amulet and Terry Ghost, Covert Cloak and Terry Ghost. I'm going to be able to do shit against. So I can just like, I had Eject Pack Close Combat on the Palafin, and also like if they lead like Incineroar, I just get switch out for free, and then bring in support mon that work with it, like Tornadus and Chen Pao and Zamazenta and Landorus was the and if they lead Maridon, had Lando in the back to switch in.
Okay. I can't believe you're leaking your Melbourne team right now. Damn.
I'm not bringing Palafin. I mean, imagine if I was that guy that brought like Palafin to regional reg I
imagine you and one.
Oh,
Everyone
maybe
talking
Wolfie would
about
unblock me.
True. Get an interview on Tub Takes. I can see it now.
Can you imagine being Wolfie and like going to look up the person who recently won a Reg I tournament with Palafin, and you just like, why is he blocked?
Or the opposite.
he
Like,
wouldn't
I remember this guy.
He wouldn't remember.
No, he wouldn't.
Yeah, he's like social media intern would have done it for him.
Yeah.
One core I've been really excited about running is I really, really like Choice Band Entei with Chen Pao in Reg I. Okay, so
Terranormal Extreme Speed.
Interesting.
yes.
Yeah. Is there much for a draft around at the moment? I know there's a bunch of terrain, but
Not much for a draft, but the issue is you play around it. So the team, I've got to try and remember what the fucking name of the team was. Like I write these down in my notes app because, like, you know, it's like a sun tail room. I'm trying to remember. Oh, I think I just called it gay tail room, or gay sun room or something like that. But the idea is that it's Groudon and Cali Ice.
okay.
It's a tail room team, so you can tailwind or trick room. So you got Groudon and Cali Ice. You've got Entei, who really loves the sun, and Chen Pao, which supports both Groudon and Cali Ice. The team I was running was like, I can lead Groudon, Chen Pao. If they lead, and I had, this is actually leaking tech, but no one listens to this podcast, so that's fine. the people that listen in like Sweden and Chile and Japan, they're not coming to. Actually, people in Japan might.
Yeah, Shohei will.
I'm running. I'm running Eject Pack Groudon.
Okay. What with
Because
overheats?
it's a lot of no. It's a physical team, mostly apart from one special attacker. But if I lead Groudon Chen Pao, if they have Incineroar and they intimidate me, Groudon has set the sun. I then get switched out for free, bring in inner focus choice band Entei.
That's pretty cool.
In Sun. Someone's fucking dying turn 1 to my Entei. Shen Pao can just protect or Terra Ghost. I get 2 fake out immune mons in Sun. Choice band, I got priority. I can Terra, and I looked at the big 5 restricteds. A flare, even a Sacred Fire, I think, in Sun, one-shots Kali Ice and Kali Shadow Rider, or Kalido, whatever the fuck you're calling it. So they both die.
Yeah.
It has like a really good matchup. Zamazenta and Zacian both die to it. I think the only thing that doesn't it can't one-hit KO is a Miraidon. So the rest of the team was like built to beat
Kill Miraidon. Okay.
I'm still testing what the 6th slot is. It's Whimsicott. Whimsicott has got Trick Room and Tailwind. So it's actually, and obviously Trick Room Setter is Kali Ice as well. And Groudon is not max speed. It's like it's got like maybe 20, it's enough speed. So if you get Tailwind up, it outspeeds like a Scarf Chi-Yu or like the fastest thing that's like not Flutter Mane and with the booster speed energy or whatever. So yeah, I've had a lot of fun with it.
Okay.
You're gonna laugh at the 6 slots choices are at the moment though. I wanted Feint. And you as a GC player, you know exactly what I'm talking about.
Yep.
Because I'm setting Tail Room or setting Trick Room up and I've got Kali Ice and Groudon with spread attacks, Earthquake or Glacial Lance. I wanted Feint.
Yep.
There's not many Pokemon and I also don't want to miss attacks. So my Groudon is Earthquake.
Is it Iron Valiant?
No, because Iron Valiant will die to an Earthquake. So my slots at the moment.
You could wide guard your own. Yeah.
I could wide guard my own, but I wanted to click Feint. So I got all sorts of random shit in the team builder. Hitmontop was one of them because you get wide guard, Feint, fake out, intimidate. You get Hitmontop's great. It doesn't die to
Just run Air Balloon Tinkerdown with Feint.
Whimsicott can take 2 Earthquakes as well next to it. So you can click like Encore and Long Call lock people while they try and protect.
Encore your own Groudon into Earthquake just to make sure it's doing it.
My 6th currently is Chestnut.
Chestnut.
Hell yeah.
It is Feint, wide guard, body press,
Iron Defense?
Taunt.
Because
it beats Immungus. But like it's got 120 base defense and it resists Earthquake.
And it resists it, true.
So you can literally just sit there and click Feint or wide guard, whatever you need. I also had Woodhammer on there until I replaced it with body press though. But yeah, you can just spam Earthquake next to it and Groudon.
I've said it before and I'll say it again.
Under Trick Room.
I think Bulletproof should make you immune to the barrage moves. So Astral Barrage and Glacial Lance.
Does it make you immune to Bullet Seed? Just out of curiosity. Peter, if you're listening.
It probably would, surely.
I don't think it does.
It makes it does it not?
No.
What about Bullet Punch?
It's like the ball moves.
But it's a bulletproof. It should be Bullet Punch and Bullet Seed.
Shadow Ball isn't a bullet and it's immune to that.
It should be immune to Moonblast.
I'll give you a bullet in a minute.
Ooh. Oh my.
Can you clarify something for me?
Yes.
We were talking about Bulletproof.
Oh yes, Bulletproof.
I'm learning about a bunch of moves that I didn't realize existed.
I would love to know.
Like, what the fuck is Searing Shot?
That's what I give Chris.
That's a Victini move.
Is okay, because I'll say it's a 100-100 special.
Oh yeah, it's
fire type
Victini's. Yes.
move. That's
Shadow
cool.
Ball.
Rock Wrecker I knew about.
Is it Pulse moves as well? Like Dark Pulse?
No.
Aura Sphere?
It is Acid. So Acid Spray. I'll just give the full list.
Best
fuck it.
bullets.
Oh, here we go.
So Acid Spray, Aura Sphere, Barrage.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's normal barrage, but not astral barrage.
Yeah. 10 points if anyone can tell me what Pokemon has a signature move, Barrage.
Executor.
Chansey.
Well done, Chris.
Thank you.
Very
You're
well
welcome.
done.
I thought Chansey got it.
Egg bomb. You think of Egg Bomb? You get Egg Bomb.
I thought it got barrage as well.
If you're bulletproof, you're immune to Egg Bomb, by the way. So Barrage, Beak Blast, Bullet Seed, Egg Bomb, Electro Ball. Sorry, Dan, I know you're a big
Scarf
fan of
Electro Ball, Miraidon.
No.
Energy Ball, Focus Blast, Gyro Ball, Ice Ball, whatever the fuck that is.
It's like a rollout, but ice type.
I thought you liked Sphere.
Yeah.
Fake fan.
I'm a fake fan, I guess. Magnet Bomb, I've not heard of that before. Mist Ball, Mud Bomb, Octazooka, Pollen Puff, Pyro Ball. Oh,
Pollen Puff.
does it make you...
Immune to pollen puff.
Does it mean that you can't side Pollen Puff?
side?
Okay.
Yeah.
Very funny.
I did know this from Komodo.
Pyro Ball, Rock Blast, Rock Wrecker, Searing
Rock
Shot.
Blast?
And Rock Wrecker?
Yeah, right?
So it's like an explosive, like, okay.
The animation is very cool for Rock Wrecker. Shame it sucks. Searing Shot, Seed Bomb, Shadow Ball, Sludge Bomb, Syrup Bomb, Weather Ball, and Zap Cannon. The Weather Ball one is interesting. I didn't know that.
So you can't like Chestnut doesn't die to like a Pelipper Weatherborn.
No, absolutely. Still dies to a hurricane very easily because it's double times 4. Yeah,
if it hits.
True.
It's good in Golden Go Matter because you just terrify.
So the other third, so I was doing testing hip on top.
Yep.
Testing Chestnut. The other 6th slot was Yan Mega. Oh.
All right, Joel stepped out of the room for a second. Let's say slurs.
Slammed the door.
Well, I hope you didn't edit that out.
Thank you, everyone, for giving us your 10 favourite slurs down in the mark. Hopefully, Joel kept that part in.
Ethan, I appreciate some of those were deep cuts. I haven't heard some of those in a while.
Yeah, and some of them are left field, Chris.
Yeah.
Yeah, and also some of you guys said words, homosexual slurs that I hadn't heard since like the 60s.
Of course, you were alive in the 60s. Makes sense.
The third one is Yan Mega because it gets faint and Tailwind.
Does Yanma get faint?
I don't know.
Oh yeah, you could do the compounded ice hypnosis. I actually ran into that online.
Oh god! but like Yan Mega's immune to earthquake, obviously.
Yeah.
So you can just have like a Spirit Yan Mega for like a Tailwind setter.
All right, I actually rate Yanmega as that's cool.
Honestly, yeah.
I like that.
But it's and you got like air slash for the flinch chance, I guess.
Yeah.
But like in trick room mode, it's not amazing. Or
Yeah,
it
we
really
won't
does.
fucking bring it.
I'm not gonna lie, I was just looking up how lock-on worked for Fisher stuff, but it does. You can't use it to like set up a partner. It's all like contained.
Just for the record, Baz has taken Joel's chair.
Yeah. And whatever you've got, Joel, he wants it. Good, thank you. Basil,
Yes.
come here.
I like your team.
Thank you. So
Sounds interesting.
I like
Yanmega.
I probably should come up with a better name that I can actually call my team at Reach. I don't know if I get in trouble for calling it like Gay Sunroom or something, but that is the current name of it.
Okay. Could you call it a homosexual slur so they couldn't call you up on it? What are they going to say? Say the name of the team to you?
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe.
Well, surely enough of the judges are the gay. They can get one of them to do it.
Fair.
Be the designated slur caller outer.
Fuck, what a job.
So working in the censorship office.
Yeah. So what have you been cooking, Dan?
I've really been enjoying Lunala Koraidon.
Oh, of course,
All
yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Ethan, what have you been cooking?
I've been on the Ho with CSR.
Oh, God. Okay. And I haven't been cooking anything. Red Guy sucks. Let's just move on.
Yeah.
But I did have a Lunala Koraidon team too. There was a
Icky.
but I was running it with Wheezing Regigigas.
Hell yeah.
Because I find that you just lead Wheezing Regigigas, and sometimes like you can just do enough shit with that. So, maybe spread some will-o-wisp, maybe some toxic spikes, whatever you need to do, toxic poison gas. And if you're just clicking like knockoff and like I was running Crush Grip or whatever the fuck it's called. Yeah, with like Life Orb. But like I was like, surely there's better things to run next to a Wheezing than Regigigas. But that's my first where my brain went, so I just went with it. And then you've just got like Lunala or because sometimes you don't even bring your second restricted.
Yeah. You should have Shadow Rider with it because Grim Nay still procs with neutralizing gas.
I had.
So dumb.
And this actually won so many games. I had Ability Shield Koraidon with the Wheezing Regigigas. So that way some would always go up. And then I had Entei Chen Pao. So like I had that like.
You love your Entei.
I'm telling you, Entei beats with either Sun or Sword of Ruin, not necessarily both, one or the other, beats 3 out of 5 of the top restricteds.
Okay.
It doesn't obviously beat Kyogre. And it doesn't beat Miraidon unless you've got like there is a way you can beat Miraidon. If you do like Sucker Punch Extreme Speed into Miraidon, you'll beat it. If they don't bring in like a
Shut up.
Baz. No, stop doing it. And he does it when we talk.
I pause.
All right, so that was Baz's top 10 favorite slurs. But yeah, I don't
cancel for sure.
He gets the pass because he's got a black coat, right?
God damn it.
Yeah, so Entei, okay, I see it.
Yeah, I can't even remember what that team was, that Lunala Koraidon team was called. It was something to do with like bikes, maybe like Moon Bike or something like that. Or
Tron.
Yeah. Tron? Yeah, I could do Tron.
What are you running, Mark? I know you've made something. You've given us replays here and there.
That's true. Well, my team at the moment is Koraidon, Calyrex, Shadow Rider. And I was trying to cook something like that for a while until I realized the best way to cook it was without any real sun synergy because I kept trying to shoehorn in Walking Wake
Yeah,
and Brute
yeah.
Bonnet and Fluttermane.
Whatever,
and just,
it's working for other people.
yeah, evidently. I need to revisit it, I guess. But no, the one that I'm cooking it does have Chiyu, which is some sun synergy. Got Whimsicott, and it's also got Clefairy and Okidogi.
The dog.
We've
Yeah.
seen it in recent weeks, a huge resurgence of Flutterfish.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
I think that should continue probably.
Well, Scarf Chiyu is at an all-time high because it counters CSR or Calido, as you would say, Dan. But yeah, I mean, I'm running my Koraidon with a loaded dice because I'm a big fan of the loaded dice scale shot. I never thought the original standard set of double fire type moves on a non-fire type mon felt really that good. But I'm running Collision Course, Fleblets, and Scale Shot.
How often do you miss Scale Shot?
Too often. Too fucking
So
often.
I've gone into this who's the player who, this has come up before and I think you guys didn't name him, but like there's a player who missed out on winning worlds or something because he missed him like Jacob Meteor like 3 times or something like that. And ever since then, he plays a lot of American events. I'm pretty sure he's an Asian guy that is always at worlds. It's not Shohei. Who is it? Is it not Riley Factory?
Riley Factory refuses to run moves that miss.
Maybe it's Riley
It's
Factura.
that, yeah.
Sorry, he's not Asian then at all. I take it all back. But yeah, so I'm with him. Like I just don't want to run.
Yeah, Earthquake on Groudon.
Yeah, look.
Seriously, I was when I was running Zamaquarium and I was running Kyogre, I had a Scarf Kyogre with like Icy Wind as one of the moves because it was like also speed control.
Yeah.
But I had Hydro Pump and Water Spout, and even just I was too scared to click Hydro Pump. I'm like, why am I doing this to myself?
Yeah. I mean, my GC team was Terra Blast. I was like, I am not losing a game to Hydro Pump miss, I swear.
I'm running a bunch of inaccurate moves on this team. But I will say, despite the fact that I'm doing well with it and that I, for the most part, have a lot of fun using these Pokemon, I fucking hate this team of Calyrex, Shadow Rider, and Koraidon. And the reason for that is the goddamn speed ties.
Oh yes.
Like the speed ties that just like, and that
Yeah.
you lose as well because like Koraidon, it speed ties with Fluttermane.
Yep. Chiempower.
Speed ties with Chempao and speed ties with both, other Koraidon and Miraidon. So Miraidon with both Draco Meteor and Dazzling Gleam can take it out. So if you
Can
lose
you
that
focus
speed tie,
sash it?
Not a Koraidon.
Focus Session.
Yeah.
Why not?
because that's dumb.
I'm running Ability Shield on
Also
mine,
because I'm running loaded dice
true.
for the scale shot. Because the one thing more depressing than losing a speed tie is missing out on a KO because you only hit 2 scale shots.
What about the Wolfie Life or Close Combat?
Nah.
I do like that.
I like
I've
it
been
too.
playing with that one.
I have Life Orb on my Calyrex Shadow Rider. And that's the other thing is losing Calyrex Shadow Rider speed ties where it just absolutely just determines the game is fucked up. It's so demoralizing. I understand why so many people run Terra Normal on their Calyrex. I'm going to continue running Terra Ghost on my Calyrex that doesn't have Focus Sash because I hate myself.
Based.
You want the extra damage output?
I absolutely want the damage output. This is exactly the same CSR that I was running in Reg G, and it did a lot of work for me. I stand by it.
Yeah. I'm running a Terra Normal Sash.
It's
running
just
it
not
all.
in the mirror, and I'm finding a lot of the time these days I'm actually just not bringing it to the mirror.
Can you just go Terra Normal and have like a Helping Hand Whimsicott next to it?
No. I had Helping Hand on the Whims, but I swapped it out for Sunny Day just because...
The Koraidon with the wars.
Partially just because otherwise I don't have an answer for Scarf Kyogre, yeah.
Fair. I do like that a Shadow Mon and a Fighting Mon kind of next to each other's like becoming a staple.
Yeah,
You got what? Lunala Koraidon, Shadow Rider Koraidon, Shadow Rider Zamazenta.
yeah. That is like that. And I've got doubled fighting types because I'm not running Clear Amulet on the Koraidon. I've still got Okidogi because fuck you, Incineroar. Piece of shit cat. So
Yeah, Jetpack
Yeah.
Groudon, take that. I hate Incineroar too. I always plan to beat Incineroar and Amoonguss. They're the two Pokemon I always play, like build a team that can actually handle that.
I will say at the start of Reg I, I was cooking with the Miraidon team and I absolutely love just not having to give a shit about Spore.
Yeah.
Now I have to worry about bloody Brute Bonnet.
yeah, that's true as well. Just run a grass type move. Sorry, bug type move.
All right. Well, I think Koraidon does get U-turn actually.
It does.
Yeah.
Run it banded.
Banded U-turn.
Hell yeah.
Just bring in Slitherwing, friend of the show.
Yes.
Friends of the show.
Next to Koraidon, give it the sun boost, and we all know what sun boosted Life Orb first impression does
Terra
to
Stella.
a Terra Stella does to a Calyrex Ice Rider.
Need to bring back that like really early gouging fire cook where it's like proto attack and you just like terra fire it.
The Terrafire proto attack life orb in Sun Flare Blitz just completely annihilated things. We should bring that back.
Yeah, man.
I think gouging fire is always a mon that gets slept on. I think it's good.
Yeah.
I reckon we'll start seeing it in Reg I. I think
Maybe
people
that's the cook. Yeah.
I think it's cooking more than walking wake is.
Yeah,
And that's
I'd say
getting
so.
that's getting usage. So I mean, I don't know. What do I
Actually,
know?
why do we not see more of that? Because you just give it booster speed next to Caridon and
like a cowl.
Howl, yeah.
Yeah.
And you can give it an item that isn't booster energy.
Cloak or something.
The thing
Yeah.
about
Cloak,
Howl
that's
is
not a
that it
bad
boosts both, right? So
Yeah, that's
you're
nuts.
creating
Boost
two
yourself,
threats.
and then you Flare Blitz anyway.
And
It's
breaking
cooking
swipe.
time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know what Chestnut also gets and also Hitmontop that I thought I was cooking with in my gay sunroom? They both get coaching. And I've got Groudon and Calyrex Ice Rider in my team. They're
That's
both
cool.
Oh, I do like that.
Valiant as well,
Yes,
although I know you don't
yes.
really want to cook with that.
I agree with you. I do agree that Valiant would work in theory because it gets all the moves that I need. It gets Feint, it gets Wide Guard, it gets coaching and all that crap. But like because they've tried to do the famous Game Freak design of mixed attacker, it's just too frail and I haven't got a sash slot available.
I wish I totally get what they were going for. Aesthetically, I think 10 out of 10 for the fact that Iron Valiant can go either way. But
Was that okay?
I'm not going to rim shot myself.
Yeah, you got people for that.
Joel edited it in post. But competitively, I think that's the issue with Valiant is it's just kind of it's lost so many potential stat points to its
other attacking
special
stat.
attack or its physical attack, whichever you choose to use.
I do like it though if it's just purely for support.
Yeah.
Because especially in CTS, like no one knows what the fuck it has.
That's true.
It learns quick guard, wide guard, like
All the guards.
yeah.
All the guards.
I do agree.
Stimmy
If I wasn't running Chen Pao, which I think needs a sash, I would consider.
Sash Valiant.
Oh yes, I would consider it even
That's-
in the sixth slot. But I can't give. I don't think Chen Pao. I've tried. I've in my team builder, I've had Life Orb Chen Pao. I've had Assault Vest Chen Pao. Like over the years, I've learned that you just stick to what works.
Just
Can I
sash.
offer booster defense
on
on Valiant? Yeah.
Does it even get body press?
stat high enough to kick the booster
It's
in?
some real fucking weird IVs. It's like
Oh fuck! Is it like
Zero.
the stack attacker? It's got to be lonely nature. 17 attack IVs.
I do have it because I ran it for the GC, but it's really fucking weird. It's like 2 attack or something.
Why?
I want a defense boost.
Does it get body press?
No, I just wanted a defense boost.
Do you know what I'd rather have? I'd rather run the old Electric Seed Bastiodon. I reckon that's funnier.
Hell yeah.
Did you see that infinite health game that was going?
With a
Ain't nothing gonna break
it was
my
like a
stride.
grassy terrain Dialga Origin.
Yeah, with what Wo-Chien, the Bastiodon, and the Pain Split Dustclops.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Yes. Fuck.
Still
sounds
somehow
dreadful.
less turns than Robeson's 82 turn game against him.
Don't get me started on Robeson at the moment.
Ooh.
I don't know. He and I have always been like, I've thought like, not like a coalition, but like, we work together to get things through Parliament. Like we're friendly. We're friendly.
You have an understanding.
We have an understanding, and which I thought you and I had. So
Who's
that's
Gina
clear.
Reinhardt?
Well, your mum.
I wish, fucking hell.
I just get really annoyed where he has lately, out of the blue, started making JD Vance jokes about me on the Discord. And
I'm really surprised those haven't been targeted at me, to be honest. 'Cause I've been told by
Yes.
multiple people I look like JD Vance.
grow a beard and see, let's see what
No, the beard is not coming back, and that's partially because when I have
So
it, people
JD
say I look like JD Vance.
Robeson, if you're
The
listening.
Pope killer, JD Vance.
You are. The Pope is dead.
Yeah,
Why did the
exactly.
Pope
Shortly
kill
after
him?
he met JD Vance,
Ooh,
and so
scandal.
that's the going theory, quote unquote theory
That he
is
knocked off the Pope.
JD Vance killed
Part of
the
his
Pope.
part of
yeah.
his plot to buy Greenland or something. Yeah. So
They're targeting the Vatican next.
I don't know how Catholic the Danish are. I don't know. So
The only thing protecting Greenland is the church.
that's
I would
that's
watch
what
the
they keep the
fuck
Holy
out of that
Grail.
miniseries.
yes.
It's just the invading,
imagine just like-
American army versus the Spice Guard. Just
But can you just see the Swiss Guard like
Directed by Quentin
shivering in
Tarantino.
the snow of Greenland with their like cutlasses, like
hellbents, yeah.
trying to fight the Americans and their like missiles.
I mean, they're also armed with MP5s, but they still probably wouldn't do that much against the invading US military.
It'll be like Inglourious Bastards.
Which bit?
All of it.
Yeah. the bit in the theater where they
Would they kill Hitler?
where they kill the Pope. In this allegory,
Okay,
JD
I
Vance is Brad Pitt.
Right.
Oh, wait, sorry, I like Brad Pitt.
JD Vance walks into the Vatican like, Buongiorno.
You need to be more thankful, more grateful for everything that we've done for the church.
It's the literal fucking Pope.
But he's come for you. Robeson's coming for you.
Yeah, I'm giving him an official warning. I don't think it's fair. I don't think it's fair. In the past, I've reacted to like little comments in the group chat and put people on lists. I've matured as a person. And I think that I need to, because people are trying to get on the list and I don't like that. It's meant to be a
it's become a
punishment,
novelty.
not a privilege.
Yeah.
Speaking of the list.
Well, I mean, I'm finally on the list after like 3 years. So
Yeah.
I can be proud
Forever.
of that.
What for?
I don't even know.
What? Chris, you mentioned on your trip you got back and something happened. What happened?
I mean, I was under the impression that this whole thing was filmed. So I want to know when that's being released.
Well, I don't know because I wasn't there.
Neither.
No.
Okay, well, I know that you three were there. I know you're not there, but you were in the group chat. I know you all had fucking nicknames.
Who the
too.
fuck snitched?
Yeah.
I did.
Whose nick
I
house are we
launched,
breaking?
I
It's
launched a 60 minutes
Oh,
investigation.
probably is.
I'm actually disappointed that Holly went through with this. I can't believe she was complicit.
There we
In
go. She did snitch.
No, Holly did not snitch. The weak link was Claire. I don't mind
makes
throwing her
sense.
under the bus because she's my sister. She sung like a fucking canary. Because I think she came over with mum on Sunday to drop off some hot cross buns and some bread and milk and say hi and get their presents and whatever, right?
Yeah.
And they saw the devastation. By the way,
What devastation, Chris?
my friend Rob was staying over, was house sitting for me.
We didn't know.
He was pissed. Because obviously he had to like live there.
Yeah. We didn't know he wasn't there.
Well, yeah, obviously he was probably. I don't think he stayed there Saturday night, so it was only Friday
Like
night.
his stuff was there and we thought it was your stuff. So he got cashed as well.
Yeah, he said, and
He got cashed.
He was like, yeah, it's all through my shit, and he got upset because like he had to change all the linen and like sheets and towels and everything, and he said like it was in the pillowcases.
That's because I laid out a lovely heart for you. I mean,
How about-
whoever was there may have laid out.
How about you just tell me what you tell the world that's listening.
Okay.
What happened? What did you do?
Confess.
What did you do, Joel?
Yeah, Joel.
Yeah, Joel.
Boss?
I assembled a 1.8 by 1.8 Whiskas lovingly, and I made sure that we used M3
So 1.8 by
strips.
1.8 meters,
I was
right?
it was pointed out to me that you were very adamant that it had to be paint friendly attachment to the wall.
Yes.
Which I think obviously means you own your own home because I know because I honestly when I was renting, this is like a decade ago when I was renting with some other gay guys, we had a Dawn of the Dead like Halloween party and I got a massive sugar skull, like huge, like 2 meters tall. And stuck this massive black sugar skull on one of these white walls. It ripped the whole wall off.
Shit, dude.
Goddamn.
Fucked. Anyway, yeah. So you assembled the fucking thunderbolts.
Yeah.
It wasn't even the.
So for the record, because I did notice that when you were filmed entering your house, you loudly declared, "This has Mark Murray written all over it." It was Dan's idea.
Did Andrew share that video?
Oh yeah,
He did.
Oh, yeah.
we asked him to
so-
take it.
I was just so out of it. So for those that don't know me personally, I had COVID in Japan. And when I get COVID, you know how COVID, everyone gets weird reaction to COVID. So I know people who like lose all sense of taste and smell and takes like months to come back. I know people who just can't stop coughing. I know people who just get like really sinusy or whatever. For me, I didn't know I had COVID for so long in Japan because I was just pretty busy crop dusting all the tourist sites with COVID because I felt pretty much fine. I had like a little tickle in my throat, which I thought was all the cherry blossom hay fever. And I, had a bit of headache because thought I was hungover because I was smashing the, $2, not 500 ml, like 9% cans of like fucking, Suntory, like whatever they
The
are.
196s?
Yeah. So, I was like, I thought I was just like tired from being a tourist. And it got to the point where after like full 7 nights, where I was like, okay, something's wrong with me because I know I get COVID when I can't sleep. That's what affects me. When I get COVID, my brain at night races and I get feverish and I just spend the whole night getting like, oh, I'm too hot, take the covers off. Now I'm too cold, put the covers back on. And I just can't sleep. And it happens every time I get COVID. It's the third time I've had it. And after like not sleeping for a week and realizing maybe it's not the hot, I was complaining about the hotel beds. I got moved to another room because I thought the mattress was too hard. So I crop dusted 2 rooms in the same hotel. And I kept getting new pillows because I thought the pillow was too soft, too hard. I was like, I can't sleep. I was trying to drug myself, went to the chemist. In the end, I went to and got like a fucking $16 rat.
Fuck.
I refuse to say rat test because, the T in rat is test.
tautology.
Yeah. It's like ATM machine. I went to the pharmacy, got a $16 rat and came back fucking positive. I was like, and I've just been like talking without a mask on to this, like these poor ladies in the pharmacy as well. And I was like, oh shit. Oops. And I was like, I didn't want to tell anybody because like, fuck, they're not going to let me in Singapore because I had to go like leave the country.
Yeah.
So but the point that I'm telling the story is when I got home, I was like,
Yeah, tell the listeners because a lot of people still have no idea what's going on.
I was sleep deprived. I hadn't slept properly in weeks.
Yeah.
I was jet lagged. I was carrying luggage. I was tired. I was a little bit tiddled because I was in business class and got free drinks the whole way home in the lounge. 3 hours of binge drinking in the lounge, double parked. So when I got home, I was kind of fucking delirious. And when I walked in the front door, the first thing was like, okay, why has the doorknob at the front door got a sticker on it of a Whiscash? And I was like, oh, one of those cunts is obviously like driven past my house and going, oh, this will be funny. I'll just put a sticker on his front door. That was my first tip off. But then when I walked in, it was so dark in the room. I don't know if you can tell in the video.
Yeah.
It was so dark. I thought that someone was like shining like a projection of it through the window onto the wall because it was like so big. And I was like, this doesn't make any sense. Like, there's no way they could get a poster of Whiscash that big. Because you couldn't see the lines of the paper all stuck together. For those, you're gonna have to tweet this so people know what we're talking about.
There will be a video.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, okay. And so Andrew had already been tipped off about this because I think Rob reached out to Andrew, Rob the house sitter. I was like, do you know about this? What the fuck's this? Andrew had said, and obviously there's confetti gate from New Year's Eve. That's why Mark Murray's already on gold tier on the list, right? So you guys cut up Whiscash confetti. Andrew heard about this and said to Rob, do not let him come home and find confetti. So Rob had vacuumed up the living room.
No. That bastard.
The Dyson was like to the brim full of it. However, what he hadn't done is taken away the confetti from like every other room. Just the living room. So I was like, okay, it's just that. And then I started walking. And the first thing I did, I don't know why, it was like, obviously I had like 2 bags of, because at the Singapore airport, there's like Pokemon Center there. So I had 2 bags of Pokemon merch. I looked at my shrine on the wall, like the Pokemon cabinets. And that's when I saw another printout of Whiscash behind the glass cabinet. And then I looked at my shining T-Tar, my $1,000 card.
Well, you obviously know I didn't do that bit.
Who's like desecrated by a Whiscash. And I was like, that's when it hit me. I was like, oh no. And then also the fact that I turned around and Andrew's filming. I was like, oh no. And then and he was like, okay, like you need to prepare yourself. Like he kind of had sussed out what was going on. I went into my spare bedroom, which is kind of just where I like dump shit in. It's got some plants and stuff in there. I put my suitcase down, but when I opened the door into the spare bedroom, it all fell off the top of the door frame. And I was like, oh no. And then it just became over the next, and it was just like, at this point, it's 2 a.m. in the morning. 2 a.m. in the morning.
Sorry,
There's
so
no
just quickly,
on.
you won't say rat test, but you will say 2 a.m. in the morning.
It's 2 in the morning.
Yeah, okay, thank you.
Thank you. 2 in the morning. I'm like, oh, like, and then just the sheer audacity. I thought the weirdest, there was a printout of Whiscash on the underside of the toilet seat staring at me when I walked in the bathroom.
How long did it take you to open the fridge?
That night.
Okay.
However, it wasn't until the next morning when I found the ice cubes. You guys put them actually inside the water, so they were frozen at like the bottom of the ice. So I had to get them out, I had to let the whole thing thaw out. And then it was like, and then Andrew's kind of like, oh, you should look here, you should look here. And it was like, open the microwave, yeah. I only found the ones in the pantry today. When I went to make dinner, I was like, oh, fuck, I've got to eat quickly. I've got to get to the podcast. I made myself a sandwich. Every condiment every condiment jar, and then it snowballed. Every fucking coffee mug, the fucking teapot. I wouldn't have cleaned that, but without checking, I would have just made a cup of tea and there'd been floating whiscash pieces in it. Underneath the stand mixer, the fucking like $1,000 bloody KitchenAid.
Yep.
Like every pot plant, and then like
I was diligent.
the inside of every cupboard door, there were blue tacked on in the corners. Inside the fridge had a giant one. So there was in the spare bedroom, you'd opened up every drawer and just poured them in. And they were all like knitwear. So they're all like in amongst the layers of knitwear. Every pot plant in every room had them like in the plants. The doors of like the toilet and the spare bedroom right on the top. I don't know if other doors had to been Rob cleaned them up, but okay, there's obviously the ceiling fan in the bedroom. Claire tipped me off on this one. She's like, I sent you a video.
Yes.
Claire was like, the idea was apparently you and Andrew would be having sex and get hot and steamy, and then the fan would be turned on and you'd get snowed on. And I was like,
showered and whiskashed.
Obviously they've gone to a lot of trouble for cutting out all these fucking whiskash.
It took me a while.
I won't deprive them of seeing the fan turn on.
Thank you.
So I filmed
It was a really good video.
I filmed a video of me sitting under the fan getting snowed on by the whiskashes. I can tweet that for you if you like. But like some of them were just really fucking weird places. I was like, why would you like the medicine, like the bathroom cupboards on the
vanity?
shelf?
Yeah.
Like inside the lids of all the condiments in the pantry. The ice cube one was fucking weird. The Switch, inside the game cartridge, or like the slot of the Switch. Imagine if I had like jammed another game in there and got it like permanently stuck in there, and then like all the Switch games in the case had like them blue tacked on. So everything was Pokemon Whiskash version. I honestly, to God, like, and while I was cleaning up today, I cleaned actually all the aircon filters today. I'm still finding confetti from New Year's Eve. So I spent the last 48 hours sweeping and vacuuming whiskash and confetti. Both. But then there was a little goodie bag that you left me. Like, we heard you got COVID in Japan. This is like a care package. You had Vegemite shapes, which I had already demolished. A packet of chewy caramel Tim Tams, which I've had 3 of. I can confirm I did a Tim Tam slam.
Ooh.
Amy, if you're listening, that's when you bite the ends, the diagonal ends off a Tim Tam and then suck a drink through it with a straw. I had a cup of tea with a chewy caramel Tim Tam, and it was really good because like the heat activated the caramel, right?
Yeah, it makes it all gooey.
So like it was like molten caramel after.
Nice.
Oh, it was fucking good.
That does sound pretty good.
Would recommend. There was a Dr. Pepper that's still undrunk. I'm waiting for, because it's caffeinated. I have to time that.
Yeah.
With my sleep issues at the moment. And a packet of Nile brand ibuprofen. Thank you for that. Whose idea was the care package?
It was Dan's.
That was mine.
Okay.
I didn't want you to be like super pissed off. At least we did something nice.
I was too tired to be pissed, but then like the next week, I was more. Do you know who I was more pissed at? My house set of Rob, because all the plants in my back garden and front garden were all shriveled up and half dead.
Didn't even fucking water them.
So I asked him on my like checklist, like, you know, on these days bring the bins out, on these days water. So like, and I'm having a shower to get to watch the plane stench off me at 2 a.m. 2 in the morning for those playing at home, Mark. And then
I don't mind you saying 2 a.m. It's just 2 a.m. in the morning.
And then Andrew's out at 2 a.m. in the morning.
Watering your plant.
Watering my garden with a hose.
Oh, he's a good boyfriend.
He's such a sweetheart. But yeah, like it was just, I honestly have not found them all yet. Like
We were hoping you wouldn't find the ceiling fan once until summer.
No, Claire
continues to snitch.
She just felt too bad about it. I think Mum probably guilted her because Mum was like, you told me that you were doing it for the podcast. She was like so upset. She's like, you told me the boys needed the keys to get to Christmas so they could do something for the podcast.
We did do something for the podcast. We spent the last 15 minutes providing entertainment.
You know the weirdest? The weirdest thing is I was
Joel, if you say
Joel,
whiskcast one more time, I'm going to beat you with this fucking microphone, I swear to God.
You leave him in a whiskask, am I right?
The weird thing about the whiskash is that I obviously required so much effort and resources that I've left it up because I just feel bad taking it down. It's like, I don't even know what to, also it's like midnight, isn't it? I'm like, I don't even know if I've got the energy to recycle that much paper. But it has made me hate it more for a number of reasons because seeing Whiscash,
Dumb face everywhere.
it's such a big size. I'm really now drawn. I'm pretty sure my human biology, I've done university level human biology multiple times. I feel like it's a little bit rough still because I'm old and senile. But I'm pretty sure it's called the uvula, the dangly bit that hangs down. The epiglottis is the flap that closes up, right? The uvula is the one that hangs down. He's got
in your mouth,
yeah. He's got like the little dangly thing in the back of my throat. You know, the Cardi B lyric.
Yeah.
The dangly thing in the back of your throat. Whiscash has got like 2 uvulas on its face hanging off the side of its cheeks.
We make comments about that being its reproductive organs.
And I can't stop looking at them. Like every time I'm in my living room now, I'm just like, it's just like, you know, it's like a train wreck. You can't look away. So yeah, I am a bit traumatized, and if you've come up with any obscure other places you've put them that you haven't told me about yet, please let me know. All the bottles of like liquor in the pantry had almost stuck to them as well. I just want do you know what the one thing I thought I was annoyed, but my most overriding thought was, how long were these fuckers in my house? Because
Rob didn't come home either.
Yeah, it was fortunate.
there was so much like places of everything, like in like random like drawers in the kitchen. Like I was like, how long were you in my house? 2 to 3 hours.
It was not that long because Claire had to go to work.
Yeah. I think it was around 1.5
1.5 hours. But we were rushing because
for an hour and a half.
So
we were just like, we're on a clock. Let's move.
anyway,
We had to film the content.
Yeah.
So I know that was you 4 and Holly and Claire. All right.
In fairness to Holly, she really did just kind of
No, she was
sit
there.
and watch.
She was more guilty than Ethan. However,
Yeah, that's fair.
Thanks, Chris. I appreciate it.
look, I know you didn't. I know you didn't actually physically do it, but you were complicit in it.
I had a level of foreknowledge.
You were in the group chat. The specific, what was it called?
Hi, Claire.
It was called Hi Claire.
Yeah,
Now
chose
you've got
Claire.
it.
with the
Okay.
waving emoji. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't think, because I think like being like the first ever like Diancie or Mega Diancie tier on the list, my list of enemies, I think that's too prestigious for this act of terrorism. So I think I'm going to do like a new tier,
Whiscash.
like a side tier. This is like, it's like, I don't know how it's like a offshoot. You know, it's like, you know, like
Divergent.
A divergent. Yeah, it's like in the Pokemon game, you got the main island, you got like little like, you know, Indigo Plateau or whatever disc
Where
is
the
called.
side quest list.
With
Side
the
quest
DLC list.
Yeah, see, all 6 of you are being put in Whiscash tier.
Hell yeah.
And the punishment of Whiscash tier is you will forever remain in Whiscash tier until you have done me a favor. And when I decide that favor has been cashed in,
Do you want my veto?
Cashed in.
you get removed from the Whiscash tier.
Do you want my veto?
Take it, Chris. Take it.
That is spicy because you cunts have got rid of so many of my favorites already.
That veto is the only thing that's going to
Kingdra.
save Umbreon when it pairs against Whiscash.
Did Whiscash make it through? It did.
That's why
That's
you put
where
me
this
to
all
platinum
came
tier.
from.
Yeah. It's because
You
you
got this
got...
offline.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because that's
We'll talk about it in the bottom cut.
okay. That maybe, but I want it's an IOU, and if you want to ever get out of Whiscash tier,
All right. Thank you for letting me know. I appreciate the opportunity for parole.
He wants to get a Mega Diancie Whiscash tier.
However, once you get out of Whiscash tier, you go back to being in platinum tier. That's where you're already in.
I should point out, I'm not one of these weirdos who keeps trying to get higher on the list, right?
Yeah,
it
you
just
somehow-
happens.
Yeah, you're like a Warren or a Sumo where you're just actively trying.
Yeah.
You're not a list pick me.
Yeah, so, and also Greg, mate, you're on thin fucking ice too.
Fucking great.
Fucking Greg.
Greg.
Don't even get me started on the Mafia game.
We could definitely talk about that in the bottom cut.
Yeah, that'll be
General
bottom cut.
persona is pissing me off lately. Never even met the guy.
All right. Well, I think that's probably a good time to wrap it up. Any last shout outs from you, Ethan?
Shout out Chris's sister.
The fucking snitch. Chris, any final shout outs?
Yeah, I'm going to do a lot of Japan and Singapore stories, including I'm going to rate the countries.
Okay.
And also got a lot of escapades.
Yep.
None of which are safe for the regular episodes. However, if you want to hear them, please subscribe.
Diego.
Diego, fucking subscribe. One thing I will say because every people who listen to the bottom cut will have heard them rating Holly's list. And one of them was Joltik, pick choice.
Yeah.
And the B team went on a big tangent about how they need to make more small Pokemon. There's nothing as small as Joltik. And the closest thing you guys were bringing up was like fucking
Snom, I think was brought up.
But like, it's like, Joltik's the smallest Pokemon. I was sitting there going, what about Cutiefly? What about Cutiefly? And I looked it up. Cutiefly is 10 centimeters big and 200 grams in weight. It is the same size as Joltik. I don't know about weight. I haven't compared weights. But
Fake fans.
Scot-free, if you're listening, you're wrong. There is another small Pokemon the size of Joltik, and I wanted to be the Diego in this scenario and fact check.
Yeah. And if you want to know the context of what the fuck Chris is talking about, subscribe to the bottom cut and you can listen to our bonus content, of which we have over 40 hours now at this point.
50.
Over 50 hours of bonus content. So
Unhinged
all
bullshit.
the kind of ridiculous stuff you get from here, plus far more unhinged. 50 hours of that only for $3 a month, plus access to our exclusive Discord.
And you can give us your top 10 Pokemon and we will tear it to pieces.
We will
you
review
guys
your top 10 list.
deliberately rated Claire while I was away in Japan because you didn't want me to give her a very biased bad score because obviously Claire and I feud all the time.
Sure.
You guys hated her list, gave her like 4 out of 10. I was giving it a 9. I really liked it. I liked Holly's list too, actually.
Well,
both good lists.
That's what I think the inverse of what happened is they waited to do Holly's list until I wasn't there because they were worried I was going to give her an unfairly good score.
And?
No, it's mid. Although, no, I will say some picks I think you guys brought up that I feel were slightly unfair. I feel like the Pokemon were cooler than you gave them credit for. Yeah, okay. Dan, any last shout outs?
I'm going to shout out Chris because he did get whiskashed and he was a good sport about it.
You're a really good sport about it.
Are we
None of us were expecting that.
Are we making a new verb, whiskashed?
You got whiskashed.
You got whiskashed?
Only if we plan on making this a regular thing.
You got catfished. Yeah.
I'm glad you didn't go through like my sex drawer or something like that. Like there's like a dildo with a whiskash on it, is that?
Fuck, that would have been funny.
That would have been really funny. Yeah, I can't believe we missed that.
Everyone has like a sex drawer in their bedside table.
Just imagine you turning on your vibrator for the first time and like 8 pieces of shake out.
On top of the douche.
Just ejecting this cash up my ass. Oh no! That would be an interesting story for the doctors. You have a bowel obstruction. You seem to have these like this confetti up your ass. With cash confetti up your ass.
Yeah, it's when we were having an argument about Whiskash on the bottom cut, arguing over favorite Pokemon, and I said, "Shove that Whiskash up your ass," and then you
Took it literally.
yeah.
I've shoved weirder things up there.
And find out on the bottom cut.
Find out on the bottom cut, $3 a month.
I looked it up, by the way. Joltik is 600 gram to Cutiefly's 200
So it
gram.
weighs less.
So Joltik is bigger than
Yeah,
Cutiefly.
Joltik is bigger than Cutiefly. There we go.
Fake fans on the B team. This is why they're the B team.
This is why they're the B team. If you look at Cutiefly's in-game things, you can barely see them. You can see
Yeah.
like a little fuzzy, you can't see
yeah.
a Cutiefly.
They're very
It's just
small.
like a little glitter in the air. It's quite...
Yeah. I just want to shout out the OCE VGC exhibition matches that they did today at time of recording. It's Monday the 21st. So shout out to Hobbit and Masto. So that's Henry Rich and Paul Amity, who I believe were commentating that whole thing. And shout out also to all the competitors who showed up for that. I tuned in. It was pretty good, honestly. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, like professional level. I felt like I was watching, a standard broadcast regionals.
Plus high tier players as well. For
Good players. The commentators did a fantastic job. So definitely shout out to that. If you're listening to this and you haven't, go check out the OCE VGC YouTube channel because I believe they're planning on doing more things like that in the future. So definitely shout out to them because it's excellent work.
One more shout out from me. The Collector app, that is Collector with the Feraligatr spelling. So
No E.
No E at the end. It's just TR. I looked at my daily check of my Pokemon stock market and my collection has gone up $400 since yesterday.
Oh my God.
So it's now it's now $16,924 in value.
Is that
my
US
collection.
or AUD?
It's AUD.
Okay, yeah.
But it's so exciting seeing the numbers go up.
That is that, yeah.
Big number make
And
happy.
you can see each card's like if it's trending up or down, and it's Moonbrion's gone down by 1%.
Ooh.
No, 0.6%.
What the fuck?
Oh, Joel's beating me. He's on 17 grand.
Damn.
Fucking shit. I'm going to go buy some more cards. Getting losers for going shopping.
Yeah. Honestly, like any amount of sealed products with the new sets will push you over the line for that, considering how hard they are to get at the moment.
Okay, so quick whinge.
Yeah.
Pokemon, we thought that Pokemon, so for those who pay TCG know that the stock in Australia is really bad.
Yeah.
And every time you get a new set, it's always sold out. You have to like pre-order it months in advance. People jack up the prices. ETBs are like, $200. They used to be like 60. Booster boxes like 400. I tried to buy cards in Japan. Obviously they don't sell English cards. I tried to buy Pokemon cards in Singapore, tried 3 different card stores and a Pokemon Center. The Pokemon Center only had Obsidian Flames. That's it. That set
God.
came out
Fucking
beginning
hell.
of Scarlet and Violet. Like Obsidian Flames is like 2.5 years ago. And that's all they had. And the card stores only had Journey Together, didn't have any Prismatic Evolutions. Journey Together, 1 pack, $17 for a pack. 17 Singaporean dollars, and it's like 80 cents Australian to like a Singapore dollar. So it's like $20 a pack.
Damn.
And you could buy like, 5 packs for $80. And I was like, why the fuck would I do that? So I didn't buy any. It was really annoying. I wanted to like, yeah, guys, I got stock in Singapore. Fuck you. And I came back with nothing.
Yeah, that's rough.
Just COVID. That's all I got.
And blue balls.
And blue balls.
Yeah.
And a Karen's Umbreon. I love my Karen's Umbreon.
All right. Well, final shout out to everyone who's listened and sat through all of this nonsense.
Cheers, cunts.
Yeah. If you enjoyed it,
Subscribe.
do consider subscribing. Otherwise, do check out our socials, share it around, recommend it to friends or random people you meet at regional championships.
People at the bus stop.
Yeah. Just tell anyone. Tell your mum.
How many more do we need? Is it 5 more to get me in IKEA doing sex positions, or is it 3 more?
6.
We're down to 44.
Positions?
Well, we're not actually going to have penetration.
I was
I believe all the
I
clothes are going to remain on.
Okay.
Yeah,
That does
the
make a lot
only
more
thing-
sense.
We're also going to find a secluded area where there's not a bunch of children who can see what's
The
going on.
only thing that's going to be penetrated is Mark's mouth.
Oh.
By
Swedish meatballs.
balls.
Swedish meatballs, yeah.
I want you actually there eating like a tray of meatballs with the lingonberry jam. Fuck, that shit's good.
Absolutely, I'm going to do
And the
that.
gravy.
Need to find one of those show homes that has like the toilet with like the plastic inside. Yeah.
Not the toilet cut share.
Yeah. The Swedish meatball toilet cock. Yeah.
Jesus.
And on that note,
Bye, cunts.
until next time, friends.
Love you.
Cunt. Nailed it.
Superb.